Hi everyone, and welcome to the Green Room in October with myself, Laura Short from Green at Heart, and my colleague John Mullen.
Hi folks.
So this month, again, we're going to be talking about if not now, then when. So those pain points in your business that are going to actually make you take action and make a change. So this month, we're talking about your workforce not being on board. So the MD is bought into the whole concept of environmental change and improvement and efficiency, but the rest of the workforce don't really give a damn. Maybe that's a bit harsh. Maybe they're just disinterested. Maybe it's a lack of local meaning. So, I mean, we all watched the Frozen Planet 2 documentary, and as sad as it is and as disturbing it as it is with climate change, it doesn't affect everybody in the same way. It's quite removed from where we are as individuals in our daily lives. So people lack that understanding of what a global disaster can mean actually on the local and personal level.
Yeah, it's strange the way it's easy to watch TV and go, yeah, not our problem.
Yeah.
You know, the fires in Australia or California.
Yeah.
Yet, if it shows places like Bangladesh, you can't get your head around it, but you can get your head around California.
Yeah.
It's weird, but yeah.
Seeing polar bears on TV.
Yeah.
You know, and ice caps melting. We don't have that in this country. So it's very difficult for us to imagine how those effects and those disasters are actually going to impact our lives.
They say that storms are going to get worse.
Yeah.
Summers are going to get hotter. And we have seen the temperatures over the summertime rising. You know, there's been more hot summers in the past 5-6 years than there should have been in the last 20.
Exactly. You know, climate change is real. I don't care what anybody says. It's real. But how do you actually bring that back, scale it down and focus it on your business? So talking about your workforce not being interested in the environmental change process, the best way to get around that, I've found working with different clients over the years, is to incentivize the process. So actually giving your workforce a reason to participate, and that begins with improving their understanding. First and foremost, they have to understand why, but on a relevant level. So looking at how it's affecting their job, basically, how it's actually going to affect their wage packet at the end of the month. If climate change and environmental disasters continue the way that they are, businesses won't continue either, because we won't be able to sustain the level of industry that we have at the minute. So actually bringing it right down to that personal level and showing people how their job can be affected by it, I think is quite powerful.
How about finding the thought leaders?
Absolutely. Yeah. Always making sure you've got an environmental champion.
Yeah. Or, you know, a number of people who are actually interested in these things, who you're effectively giving them permission to start the conversations and gain a bit of interest.
Yeah, and you'll find that once you've found maybe 3 or 4 people that are interested and want to take this forward, they will bring others with them. It just takes that one person to actually step out and say, I'm going to take responsibility for this.
Yeah.
And then if you are putting in place objectives and targets and different actions to improve your efficiency and drive down your carbon footprint, then having things like league tables in place, competitions always work, whether you're doing it department by department or, you know, staff member by staff member. People want to win. And so incentivizing through league tables is something that really does get people going, because it taps into that competitive nature, and the majority of workforces are quite competitive.
Yeah, I was thinking there, how do you have the accounts department, how do they match up against, say, an operations team? How about waste management? The amount of stuff that's thrown away, or, you know, you could supply the different bins for them. And if they bother to sort things out as they're putting stuff into the bins, then you have some sort of award system.
Yeah, a measure of success.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then other terms of incentivization, financial incentives, they do work. So I mean, we're all driven by money, let's face it, you know, business is no different, and financial incentives, so actually giving a financial reward to the department or the staff member that achieves the most, and that comes top of the league table. Or maybe if you can't afford the financial side, make it a social aspect, so reward that person or that department with
Employee of the month.
Yeah, maybe an extra day's holiday at the end of the year if they've got to a certain level, you know, make it a big gesture that people want to actually achieve and work towards, and you'll find that the buy-in is much greater than if you try and force people into it.
And it always, the incentivizing has to be in the short term.
Yeah.
So maybe a year might be too long a period to aim towards.
Yeah, that's fair.
But maybe 2-3 months, and the rewards are smaller.
Yeah.
But if you get 2 or 3 of those awards, then the yearly award might be the day's holiday.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, whatever works for the size and scale of your business, but make sure that you actually dangle that carrot in front of staff, because they need to be able to work towards something. And it also creates much more of an engaged workforce. They work collaboratively. So you're building teamwork, you're building a retained staff, because they're less likely to leave if they're incentivized to stay. And it doesn't necessarily matter what that incentive is to work towards, but as long as they're enjoying that process, they're more likely to stay employed with you.
Yeah, it's really obvious whenever, if somebody tries to impose upon you, then you'll whinge about it. But if somebody tries to incentivize you and they are taking part in it themselves, they're trying to be accountable and show that they're working forward. Actually, let's see if we can beat the boss.
Absolutely. And who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah.
So this is all about bringing a huge global problem down to a local and personal level that works for your business, that drives efficiency, that gets you moving forward in your environmental journey, but also you can have a bit of fun at the same time.
Yeah. There's no harm in laughing at each other.
Absolutely not. We do it all the time. So that's it this month in the green room, and we'll see you next time. Bye.